Hey guys, what's up? It's Brittany here with Midwest Performance, and today is a special episode with yours truly on how to show up and show out in your life.
We're Midwest Performance. We're on a mission to empower women around the world to take action and work hard to make a physical impact in their lives. In this very saturated fitness industry, there's tons of competition, but the opportunities are incredible. We'll cover the most common challenges in the fitness world and invite guests to the show that have learned to overcome them and share their strategies with you. This is the Coffee with MP show.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Brittany here with Midwest Performance with another episode of the Coffee with MP show. This week's episode is a little bit special because I really wanted to come on here and share my personal journey with all of you guys out there, and hopefully I can inspire just a few of you with some of the things that I've struggled with in my life, and that's really why I've titled this episode How to Show Up and Show Out in Your Life. So showing up and showing out is something that we use a lot here at Midwest Performance with a lot of our girls, because at the end of the day, actions definitely speak louder than words, right? So just showing up at the gym or just showing up at places in general isn't going to get you very far. But when you can show out and really make an impact or really put in hard work in your health and fitness journey, it just makes things so much easier. And even in life, showing up and showing out and doing your absolute best work can make dramatic changes in the things that you do. So to give you a little bit of background on myself, I started my fitness journey back in probably about 2013. I had struggled with my weight my entire life. In high school, I was never the skinny girl in high school. I was never, the prom queen material. I never had the cutest outfits or the cutest clothes. I really always struggled with my self-confidence, my self-image, and my weight. That happened through high school and also into college. And I worked out. I was active with sports. I played basketball. I was a cheerleader. In college, I was active. I worked out with friends. I did Taekwondo videos in my college dorm room. But at the end of the day, I was still partying. I was still drinking. And I was still eating like crap. So I had always really kind of struggled with my weight, and I never really knew exactly what I needed to do, or I never really understood what I needed to do exactly to lose the weight, to feel better. I had a kind of an idea, but after college, after I graduated, I had messed around with different shakes, different diet pills, different cleanses, different at-home programs. I've tried a lot of different things, and none of them really stuck. None of them really worked for me. It was always one of those things where I would lose the weight and then I would gain it right back, and I would lose the weight and I would gain it right back, and I would just get really frustrated with the inconsistencies that I was having in my health and fitness journey. And in 2013, I found Zumba. Zumba was the first group fitness class that I ever taught in my life, and it was introduced to me by a friend, and I just absolutely fell in love. I love to dance, I love music, so it was perfect. So I started teaching Zumba classes at a local rec center in the town that I was working in, and I started to develop healthy habits of working out, of eating right, and things like that, and I started to really see results. After a while, I actually had gotten myself a personal trainer for a couple of months to just kind of help me amp up my workouts with the strength training and different things like that. And I just almost started to get addicted to working out. And it started to get a little unhealthy for me. And I see that happen a lot with some people, is when you start a health and fitness journey and you go full bore and you go all in and you really start to see results, it almost becomes an addiction. And I started to begin to have an unhealthy relationship with food and with exercise. I started working out a lot. Like I was teaching, 2 classes a day, 5-6 days a week. I was working out on my own as well. So I was really overtraining, and I was also struggling with bulimia. I would, binge and then I would purge, and I would binge and I would purge. And I just started to really kind of spiral out of control with my idea of what a healthy lifestyle looked like. And that lasted for about a year. And in that year, after that year, I decided that it was time for me to really evaluate how I was feeling and the things that I was doing and how it was affecting my body. So in late 2013, at the beginning of 2014, I made a decision that I wanted to get my personal training certification. And so I wanted to become a personal trainer. I wanted to help change lives. I wanted to change my life too, and I wanted to really impact other people. So I decided to get my personal training certification. I passed the test, and in April of 2014, after a pretty long stint of teaching group fitness from Zumba to turbo kick to body pump, I decided to start my own boot camp based off of a model that a personal trainer, actually my business partner, my fiance, Marcia, was doing in a town about 40 miles away from me. She was doing very well with it. So I was like, well, there's no reason that I can't do it in the town that I'm in. I've got my certification. I have a degree in business. I can totally do this. So in 2014, I started No BS Boot Camp, and my fitness business journey and the process of me really impacting lots of people started in April of 2014. I really changed my mindset. I got over the bulimia on my own. I started CrossFit with Marcia, and I fell in love with the idea of being strong instead of being skinny. And that's really translated into the mantra that I teach the girls or the women that I see here at Midwest Performance every single day. I want them to understand that, being skinny isn't everything. At the end of the day, there's so much. You're inundated with so much in social media and in just the media in general about, having a big butt and having a skinny waist and being, looking a certain way or acting a certain way or carrying yourself a certain way. And at the end of the day, God put you on this earth to be the person that you are. He gave you the body that you have for a reason, and He just wants you to take care of it. And that's all you need to do. Do the best that you can do to take care of it, right? To be healthy, to be fit, to live a healthy lifestyle, but to actually live. So some of the things that I teach with the show up and show out is that, I get a lot of ladies that come into this gym who are lost in their fitness journey, who have tried everything, who I've done XYZ gym, and I've done, ABC workout, and I've had so-and-so personal trainer at so-and-so gym, and I just don't ever see the results. I don't ever, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know what to do anymore. And when I really sit down and have conversations with these people, I find out that they're showing up for these things, but they're not showing out. And what I mean by that is they're showing up to do the work, but they're not actually putting in the hard work, putting in the effort that needs to be put in order to really see the results. And that is the biggest gap between people who work out and people who work out and see results, okay? Is the showing up and the showing out. And when you're in a fitness journey, if you're in a fitness journey of your own, you really need to take a step back and evaluate whether you are showing up or if you're showing up and showing out. Because at the end of the day, if you don't show out, if you don't put in the hard work, if you don't get into the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week, if you're not eating right, if you're not watching what you're doing on the weekends, if you're not really holding yourself accountable and doing the hard work, you're never going to see the results. And it's not going to be at fault of the person who is teaching the classes. It's not going to be at fault of the program that you're doing. It's not at the fault of your personal trainer. At the end of the day, it's the person that you're looking at in the mirror. It's your responsibility to do the work. At the end of the day, as fitness professionals, we can only do so much for you guys. And I learned that the hard way, right? I learned that my personal trainer could only do so much for me. I was the one that was putting the food in my mouth. I was the one that was canceling my personal training appointments or canceling my classes. I was the one that was doing all this stuff, and I was sabotaging myself. And I had to take responsibility for that. And I had to really flip the script for myself, and I really had to decide that I was really going to start showing up and showing out in my fitness journey. And now that's really what I try to teach the women who come here at MP, is that you really have to show up and show out. Now, at the end of the day, a couple things that I would recommend that you do is, to evaluate what you're currently doing in your fitness routine. If you don't like what you're doing and if it feels like work to go to the gym, then you might want to reevaluate where you're going and what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, if going to the gym isn't fun, if it's not exciting, if you don't have friends there, if you don't have a community of support, if you don't have something that you look forward and going to do, the likelihood of you being able to cancel those classes or not even show up at all is very high. Because you want to go to the gym. You want it to be a fun experience. And that's something that we really try to do here at MP, is make this a fun and enjoyable experience. Make it a community that you can get involved in so that it doesn't just feel like you're going to work, right? So that's step number one, is to make sure that you evaluate the program that you're in right now. The other thing I would ask you to do is to evaluate your lifestyle. Now, I'm working with some girls in our nutrition program here at Midwest Performance, and I'm finding out that a lot of people just don't want to put in the effort. Sometimes it's a lot of work to track your food, to count your calories, to figure out what you're putting in your body. It's just a lot of work. And if you're not willing to do that work, that's okay, but you have to be willing and prepared to have the repercussions of not wanting to put in that work. And if you're okay with that, if you're okay with just working out and still not really eating healthy or watching what you eat, then that's okay. And you have to be okay with that, because there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you wanting to just work out and live your life. That's okay. Some people just think that, because of the stigma that there is about health and fitness, that it's not okay. It's not okay to feel that way. Yes, it is. Because you're a person and you have feelings. And if you feel that way and that's okay with you, then that's okay with you. But then make your bed and lay in it. And that's what you're going to have to do, and understand that you might not see the results that other people are getting because they are willing to not feel that way or to do something different. Now, if you're on a fitness journey and you're willing to put in the effort, then you've got to do the work. You've got to track your calories. You've got to get on a nutrition program. You've got to understand calories in versus calories out. You've got to understand how to fuel your workouts and fuel your body for your workouts. You've got to understand all of those things, because at the end of the day, fitness and nutrition play a role hand in hand. And you can't have results if you don't have your fitness and nutrition in line, okay? So if you're the person that's okay with working out and living your life the way you live it, and you don't really care, if you lose weight or anything like that, you just want to get a good workout in and have friends at the gym and have an environment and a community you can reach out to if you need help, perfect. But if you are the person that really wants to see results and you really want to change your lifestyle and you really want to change your body, then you've got to evaluate your mindset and understand that there are some things that you're going to have to change in order to really see and drive results in your body and in your day-to-day life. So that's step number 2. Check your fitness. Where are you at in your program? Are you happy with where you're at? If you're not, reevaluate. Maybe find a place that you would be more happy with and more apt to go to, and then evaluate the kind of person that you are. If you are the person that just doesn't really care about your nutrition and you just want to get a good workout in, and that's fine with you, perfect. But if you really want to see results, then you've got to be willing to put in the effort and change your mindset to do that. So those are a couple different steps that I would recommend that you take if you are either in your fitness journey and you're kind of stuck, or you're just getting started. That would be great. I want to give you a little bit of kind of like life advice in a way that, at the end of the day, you deserve to be happy as a human. You deserve everything good in this world and everything good in life, and nobody should ever tell you any different. And if you want a six-pack, don't ever let anybody stop you from getting one. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, you don't need that. Oh, that's fine. If you really truly feel like you want to look different or you want to feel different, don't let the people around you who aren't happy with where they're at in their lives bring you down and tell you that you don't need that. You don't need that. Of course, you're beautiful the way that you are, but at the end of the day, you're a human. And if you want something, you've got to show up and show out and go get it. That's what you need to do. If you want something in life, anything in life, whether that's a new job, if you want to take vacations, if you want a bikini body, if you want a nice butt, if you want a six-pack, if you want to be able to do pull-ups, if you want to, do whatever you want to do, if you want those things, you've got to be willing to show up and show out and put in the work to get those things and not let anybody stand in your way. Everything is non-negotiable if you want to reach your goals. You have to be willing to put in the work, no matter what goals you're trying to reach. So with that being said, ladies, thank you so much. This was a pretty short episode today, but I just really wanted to come to you guys and kind of share a little bit of my journey and give you some tips and tricks on how to really show up and show out in your life. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever your favorite places to listen to podcasts might be. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.